On the 20th through the 21st, it's called the Western Horsemanship Skills Challenge. It's the same as last year's event, only with national sponsorship this year. So we're starting to do the advertising and let people know that the event is scheduled in plenty of time, and this year we're going to include youth division, non-pro and pro division, so people have a choice instead of having to all be lumped into one category.
Oh, yeah,
Should be a good event.
Sounds good. And what's the sign-up fee?
It's going to be, it depends on which of the three categories that they join in, but it's less than $150, which is what it was last year. There is a membership that the folks have to sign up for the event of $30 to be part of the Extreme Cowboy Association fee.
Okay.
That has to be paid. So
Okay.
that goes along with the event fee. So it's going to be a little less than $150, but they'll be good awards.
Yeah, and good. And so who should they call, or who should they?
They can contact anybody in the Chamber of Commerce or call me on my cell phone at 816-7759.
Right.
And they can check out the association at the extremecowboyassociation.com. We're trying to get about 100 people, and if so, it'll be a 3-day event. With a 3-way elimination.
And the chamber is kind of sponsoring it again this year?
Chamber is sponsoring it again this year, looking for event sponsors as well. There are overhead expenses that we like to have a sponsorship for. Buckle sponsorships, I think, going to be $100 and so forth and so on, and a saddle's about $1,500, so that we can actually have really good awards and then have some money left over to kick back into the community for the youth association. So.
Sounds real good. We'll look forward to it.
All right, great. Thank you.
76 trombones, as I count.
What's it like to be at the Rose Bowl? Huh?
It's awesome, as the kids say.
And the weather
First
is...
we had 1 million people this morning, and now 93,000. The weather's spectacular. But they don't want you to come out here and live just because of the weather. You have to be really dedicated.
There you go. That's right.
For the next meeting, input.
If you complain that they only had 3 days notice on this, and you're proposing that doing the same thing again is going to fix the problem.
I didn't say that.
Oh, yes, you did. You said, we changed it in 3 days, we can change it back in 3 days, and you can't. I'm a department head. I know what happens when you make flip decisions like that. You've got a whole huge, what have you got, 20, 30 teachers at that school? And hundreds of students? You can't make a decision like that in the middle of the school year. Whether you like how it's going or not, you've got to go the whole year and give it a chance to operate. And if it doesn't work out, you're not happy with the way you're seeing the test scores go, then say, this isn't working. But I think you're going to be surprised. And as for Discovery Friday, if you don't like it, retool it. Just tell the teachers on Discovery Friday, you've got to concentrate on what you've been teaching for the last 2 weeks. Find a creative way to make a project out of it so that you are reiterating what the kids were supposed to have learned in the last 2 weeks. Okay, instead of whatever you consider wasting. If it's wasted instruction, throw it out, try something different. But you can't change the schedule. It's too hard. You're asking too much of your staff.
Which we're finding more cons than pros, regardless of what the survey says. And if we decide it was a failure, which I think many people believe it was, there's nothing wrong with making it effective next year. But we don't have to just slip it under the carpet until summertime.
I just think it's a big mistake to be flip-flopping in the middle of the year. Consistency, especially in education, is really, really important.
I'd like to see a survey where it has to be signed by the parent and take it back in so we can see if the numbers are about the same and then make a decision on what.
I can live with that, Leona, and I would appreciate that's fine. I can live with that.
Could we get that by the next board meeting and still have it as a action item at the next board meeting?
If you want to edit the survey or change it, then the sooner that you get it to me, then I'll get it out to parents.
So I'm concerned more with the Friday than anything else, and that we're considering going back to having electives on a Monday through Friday basis, and I would also ask if perhaps our local newspapers could publicize it, because I don't think it really has, I'm not going to say put the survey in there, I don't know if we can get it to them in time, but at least let them know that we're considering at the next board meeting making a major change in the policy of High Desert, that we're thinking about doing away with the Friday program, and we'll have to discuss whether we can do it with what modifications are needed for a 38 to 50 minute period.
More, but everybody I talked to know, and it was mainly the same issues. They don't think that it has a place at Vasquez, that the money should go to other things. It's too expensive. It caused delays getting to school on time, things like that. Like, also, a lot of the students said that they don't feel that Vasquez needs that kind of constant security, and it would really ruin the atmosphere that's already been in place at Vasquez. The students take a lot of pride in the fact that we don't need these kind of security measures, and that would ruin that.
Parking lot. It's a dirt lot. The rains, it was a flood. Now, you're talking about kindergartners, and you're talking about through 5th grade, walking in the mud to get to the top of the campus, and they are soaking wet. They have no shade cover, they have no pavement, and then on top of that, as they walk up the ramp, the portable potties that we have up there, the bungalow potties, the undercarriage is completely falling out. Remember Dr. Halperin saying he was going to take a sledgehammer to the buildings in our parking lot. Now, these buildings are in question because they've been there since I went to school there in 1986. It's the same exact classroom that I was in. And now my son, who's in 1st grade, is in that classroom. My child has had a runny nose since September. He's been coughing since September. My child's safety is #1. And I'm telling you, I went asking and begging you to put this on the agenda for the January 22nd. Our cafeteria, our multi-purpose room has holes in it. This is the leakage from up above draining down into the parking lot. These are pipes being exposed. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Built-in snow day. We're going to actually file for 3. We feel confident that they may waive the 3. The worst case scenario, obviously we have to eat the 3. The normal case scenario was effectively 2.
So are you projecting we would eat 2 on our funding, or we'll pick up the calendar?
We'll pick up the calendar. I mean, they'll credit us those days.
Doubling the amount of chlorine in the drinking water and introducing ammonia in the drinking water, they will be going through a lot more chlorine. So to handle that process change, the Waterworks District now has two 1-ton carboys of chlorine gas situated right at the corner of Soledad Canyon and Crown Valley. Basically, the modeling results show that you will have incapacitation and death within about 1.5 miles of the release point. The Meadowlark School is 0.7 miles away, and I'm concerned about this, and the town council.
Best job I can in San Francisco on the 15th and 16th, which is Thursday and Friday of next week, to sell this district and what it has to offer to try to get the highest rating possible. It's the rating committee, and there's actually 2 meetings I'll have to attend on that. So that's already been scheduled, and Caldwell Forest is paying for the cost of that. I received my official notice today. I know I wasn't drafted, but I did receive my official notice today, and I think I shared with you last time that California School Board Association selected me to be part of the Superintendent's Budgetary State Committee.